Hello, readers. Welcome to the Reader's Garden. I'm Mrs. Gardner. I am so excited to read and learn with you today. So let's get going.
Phonics connects sounds and symbols, unlocking code, increasingly nimble, like wings for words, it'll lift you high. With every sound you soar, you fly.
These are all the stops we're going to make today on our journey through the Reader's Garden. For this lesson, I will be there for you for every step of the way as we practice becoming stronger readers and stronger writers. So let's start following our path. And so today we are talking all about the letter J. J is a consonant and J makes the sound J, J. If you want to sign the letter J, you stick your pinky up and you swoop it down, making the shape of that J in the air. J. We can hear the letter J in the beginning of the word jellyfish. J, J, jellyfish. We often see the letter J in the beginning of words, such as in the word jog, j-o-g, j-o-g, jog, or in the beginning of the word jam, j-a-m, j-a-m, jam. In both of those words, jog and jam, J is in the beginning. So the J sound is sort of like a joyful jump. It's full of energy. To make the J sound, start with the tip of your tongue close to the roof of your mouth, just behind your teeth. J. And then gently push the air out with a little bit of voice. It's the sound that you hear at the start of words like jump and jelly. All right, J, J, J. So let's try it. Place the tip of your tongue near the roof of your mouth and let your voice join in and say J, J, just like you're starting to say the word jump, jump. Let's say it together. J, J, J. Keep that joyful energy going as you practice that J sound. Let's practice skywriting that letter J. This is the uppercase letter J. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll start at that top line, that blue line, and we'll go down and scoop up like that. I think of it as a bit like an upside down candy cane. Then for our second line, you go back up to the top and you do a straight line across. All right, let's do it one more time. Start at the top, scoop down, swoop up. Jump back up to the top and do a straight line across. And now that we've practiced that uppercase J, let's practice the lowercase j. So to make a lowercase j, you're going to hop to the middle line. You do a straight line down and then do a little curve up again like a smaller candy cane. And this will actually be below that bottom line. So let's do that first line. Go down, swoop up. And then hop back up to that middle line, and just above it, you're going to do a dot. All right, let's practice it. Middle line, down, swoop up, hop up, do a dot. Now, can we skywrite both of them in the air? I bet we can. All right, let's go to the top line to make our capital J, our uppercase J. Straight down, swoop up. Go hop back up to the top, do a straight line across. Now for our lowercase j, let's go to that middle line, straight down, scoop up, and dot it at the top. And now that means you know how to write your uppercase and your lowercase j. Now that you've heard about our new concept, we're going to continue on with our phonemic awareness practice. We'll be blending with our friend Blenda and segmenting with our friend Siggy. So let's go meet up with them.
It's time to blend some phonemes. Blender the blender by. Please blend each sound that I tell you, then say the word you got.
Hi there, Blenda. All right, let's blend some words that feature that J sound. So we all know that in order for Blenda to understand what we're saying, we're going to have to take all those phonemes, those sounds, and blend them together to make a word. Okay, so the first word is j, a, t. J, a, t. Jot. Jot. Blend them together. We are finger tapping those phonemes, and you can do this right along with me wherever you are learning right now. Let's do another one. Our next one is j, I, g. J, I, g. Jig, jig. Glenda, did you understand that? A jig is a kind of a dance. All right, let's do another one. Our next one is j, t. Do it with me. J, t. Jet. Jet, like a jet that would fly from an airport. And let's do one more. This one we're going to do a little bit longer. So we're going to use all 4 of our fingers for sounds. Here we go. J, p. J, p. Put them together. Jump, 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 jump. All right, those were all of our words we're going to blend today. Glenda, it's so good to see you here in the Reader's Garden. Thank you for joining us today. We will see you tomorrow. And now let's head over to blend with our, or not blend, let's head over to segment with our friend Siggy.
Oh, hey there, Siggy, how you doing today? You're an expert segmenter and you love to play. Miss Gardner, tell us a word and let's all listen close. Then we'll say each phoneme our practice really shows.
Hey there, Siggy. How are you doing? All right, we are going to say some words, and so that Siggy can understand them, we need to segment those words into their sounds. So let's get going with that. Let's start with a word that has 3 sounds. The word is jog. Jog, 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 and snap them back together. Jog. Very good. Siggy, did you understand that? Wonderful. Let's do another one. The word is jet. Jet, like an airplane. Jet, 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 jet. Snap them back. Jet. Let's do another one. I'll flip them so we have our colors going the opposite direction. The word is job. 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 And we got them, we had the sounds job. And then finally, let's do one that's a little bit longer. I need 4 sounds. Here's my band with my 4 sounds. The word is just. Just. Just, just, just. Snap them back. Just. Siggy, did you understand all of our segmenting today? I am so glad. It's so wonderful to see you in the garden. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you for helping us out today. Wonderful work, readers. It's time now for our visual drill practice. So let's keep heading down this path. This is the letter W. And what does the letter W spell? The letter W spells W. The letter W spells W, like in the beginning of the word water. This is the letter L. And what does the letter L spell? The letter L spells ul. The letter L spells ul, like in the beginning of the word lion. This is the letter R. And what does the letter R spell? The letter R spells The letter R spells like in the beginning of the word rainbow. This is the letter H. And what does the letter H spell? The letter H spells like in the beginning of the word hat. This is the letter K. And what does the letter K spell? The letter K spells K. The letter K spells K, like in the beginning of the word key. This is the letter S. And what does the letter S spell? The letter S spells S. The letter S spells S, like in the beginning of the word snake. This is also the letter S. And the letter S also spells, the letter S also spells Z. The letter S also spells Z, like in the word music. Music. This is the letter E. And what does the letter E spell? The letter E spells E. The letter E spells E, like in the beginning of the word elephant. This is the letter B. And what does the letter B spell? The letter B spells B. The letter B spells B, like in the beginning of the word ball. This is the letter G. And what does the letter G spell? The letter G spells G. The letter G spells G, like in the beginning of the word goat. This is the letter U. And what does the letter U spell? The letter U spells up. The letter U spells like in the beginning of the word umbrella. This is the letter C. And what does the letter C spell? The letter C spells K. The letter C spells like in the beginning of the word cat. This is the letter D. What does the letter D spell? The letter D spells D. The letter D spells D, like in the beginning of the word duck. This is the letter O. And what does the letter O spell? The letter O spells aw. The letter O spells aw, like in the beginning of the word otter. This is the letter N. And what does the letter N spell? The letter N spells N. The letter N spells N, like in the beginning of the word nest. This is the letter I. And what does the letter I spell? The letter I spells I. The letter I spells I, like in the beginning of the word inchworm. This is the letter F. And what does the letter F spell? The letter F spells F. The letter F spells F, like in the beginning of the word feather. Feather. This is the letter P. And what does the letter P spell? The letter P spells P. The letter P spells like in the beginning of the word penguin. This is the letter T. And what does the letter T spell? The letter T spells T. The letter T spells T, like in the beginning of the word turtle. This is the letter M. M. And what does the letter M spell? The letter M spells M. The letter M spells M, like in the beginning of the word moon. This is the letter A. And what does the letter A spell? The letter A spells A. The letter A spells A, like in the beginning of the word astronaut. Now that we finished our visual drill, it's time for our auditory drill. So let's head down the path and practice our sounds. Please write the letter that makes the sound W. Please write the letter that makes the sound W. This is how you write the letter W. You're going to start at the top line and do a slanted line down to the bottom. Then from the bottom, you're going to do a slanted line back up to the top. When you're at the top, you're going to do a slanted line back down to the bottom. And when you're at the bottom, you'll do a slanted line back up to the top. Let's trace the letter W in the air together. So starting at the top, we're going to do a slanted line down to the bottom. From the bottom, we'll do a slanted line back up to the top. From the top, we'll do the slanted line back down to the bottom. And from the bottom, we'll do a slanted line back up to the top. And that is how you do the very fun letter W. Please write the letter that makes the sound L. Please write the letter that makes the sound L. To write the letter L, you're going to hop up to the top line and do a vertical line straight down to the bottom. When you're at the bottom, you're going to do another line, this time a horizontal line across the bottom. That is how you write a letter L. Let's trace it together. We're going to hop to the top, do a straight line down to the bottom, and do a horizontal line across the bottom. And that's how we write and trace the letter L. Please write the letter that makes the sound R. Please write the letter that makes the sound R. To write the letter R, you're going to start at the top line and do a vertical line down to the bottom. Then you're going to hop back up to the top and do a curve all the way back across the middle. Then when you're at that middle, you're going to do a slanted line down to the bottom. Now let's trace it in the air together. We're going to do a straight line from the top all the way down to the bottom. When we're at the bottom, we're hopping back up to the top and doing a curve to the middle. Once we're at that middle, we will do a slanted line down to the bottom. And that is how we write the letter R. Please write the letter that makes the sound H. Please write the letter that makes the sound H. To write the letter H, you're going to start at the top and do a vertical line down to the bottom. Then you're going to hop back up to the top and do another vertical line down to the bottom. Then you'll do a horizontal line across the middle, connecting those two lines. Let's trace a letter H in the air. We're going to start at the top, do a vertical line down to the bottom, hop back up to the top, do a vertical line down to the bottom, and then hopping to the middle, we will connect those two lines with a horizontal line. I really like the letter H because it is a symmetrical letter, meaning if we wanted to, we could fold that letter in half and it would be the same on either side. That is how you write and draw the letter H. Please write the letter that makes the sound K. Please write the letter that makes the sound K. To write the letter K, you're going to hop to the top line and do a vertical line straight down to the bottom. Then you're going to hop back up to the top and do a slanted line to the middle line, connecting with that first line. Then from that middle line, you're going to do another slanted line, but this one down to the bottom. Now let's trace it in the air together. We're going to hop to the top, do a straight line down to the bottom, hop back up to the top, do a slanted line to the middle, and then hop from the middle down to the bottom. That is how you write the letter K. Please write the letter that makes the sound K. Please write the letter that makes the sound K. Let's write the letter C. We're going to start almost at the top line and do a curve from that top spot, almost at that top spot, all the way around towards the bottom and curving up just a little bit. All right, now let's trace it together in the air. Starting almost at the top, we're going to curve around, down towards the middle, towards the bottom, curving back up and stopping. So we're almost making a circle, but not quite. And that is how you write and trace the letter C. Please write the letter that makes the sound Z. Write the letter that makes the sound Z. This is how you write the letter Z. You do one horizontal line across the top of your page. Then you do a slanted line from the top down to the bottom line. And then you do a third line, which is another horizontal line across at the bottom. All right, now let's trace that letter in the air together. We're going to do a line across, slanted line down to the bottom, and another line across. That's how you write the letter Z. Write the letter that makes the sound S. Write the letter that makes the sound S. This is how you write the letter S. Starting almost at the top, you're going to do a curve around and down to the middle. Then you're going to do a curve the opposite direction, down to the bottom, and scooping up just a little bit when you're at the bottom. Let's trace this one in the air together. This is a really fun letter. To do the letter S, we're going to start almost at the top, curve all the way around towards the middle. Then going the opposite direction, we're going to curve towards the bottom and curve just slightly back up. And that is how you write and trace the letter S. Please write the letter that makes the sound E. Please write the letter that makes the sound E. To write the letter E, you're going to start at the top line and do a vertical line straight down to the bottom. Then you're going to hop back up to the top and do a horizontal line across, connecting with that first line. Then you're going to hop to the middle, do another horizontal line, connecting with that first line, and then you hop down to the bottom and do another horizontal line, connecting with that first line. Let's trace it in the air together. Hop to the top, straight line down to the bottom, hop back up to the top, do a straight line connecting to that first line, hop to the middle, do another straight line connecting to that first line, and then hop to the bottom and do another straight line connecting to that first line. And that is how you write and trace the letter E. Please write the letter that makes the sound B. Please write the letter that makes the sound B. To write the letter B, you're going to start at the top and go straight down to the bottom with a vertical line. Then you hop back up to the top and do a curve around to the middle. Then once you're at the middle, you do another curve, and this time all the way down around to the bottom. I like to think that the letter B has two bellies. Let's trace that letter B in the air. We do a straight line down to the bottom. Hopping back up to the top, we're going to curve around to the middle, and then we stay at the middle, and we curve down to the bottom, making another belly for our B. And that is how you write and trace the capital letter B. Please write the letter that makes the sound G. Please write the letter that makes the sound G. This is how you write the letter G. Starting almost at the top, you're going to do a curve all the way down and around, past that bottom and scooping back up to the middle. Almost making a circle, but not fully making a circle. Then, when you're at that middle spot where you stopped, you're going to do a horizontal line straight towards the very middle point of that G. And that's how you write a letter G. Let's trace it together. We're going to start at the top, curve around to the bottom, back up towards the middle. When we're at the middle, we're going to do a horizontal line in towards the center point of that G. And that is how you write and trace the letter G. Fantastic job on our visual and our auditory drill. It's time now for us to take all our sounds and blend them together for our blending drill. So let's continue down our path. We've got some new sounds to work with on our blending board today. We've got K, L, W, SW, and TW to work with for our initial sounds. We have E and I for our medial sounds, and then we have a lot of options for our final sounds. We have D, G, N, T, LD, PT, and LT, and we don't have any additional final sounds. So let's get started making some words together. Okay, I think we should start with the word wig. W, I, G, wig, wig. Now, what would happen if I wanted to turn wig into swig? I'm going to take off my W here and replace it with my sw. Swig, swig. Now I'm going to make another change to that beginning sound. I'm going to add my TW to get twig, twig, like a small stick. Now I would like to change twig to a new word. I'm going to take off this G and replace it with an N, and I get twin. Twin. Have I ever told you I have sisters who are twins? My younger sisters are twins with each other. All right, let's take twin and change it to win. Win. What do we need to do? I can tell we need to change that beginning sound, and we get win. Win. What happens if I take off that ending and add this ending? I get wit. Wit. Wit is another way to describe like your intellect. If someone has a sharp wit, it usually means they have a sharp sense of humor, or a strong sense of humor. Let's change wit. We'll swap out that beginning sound for an L. Lit. Lit. Now let's change this middle sound. We haven't worked with that medial sound at all yet. I'm going to take off that I and replace it with an E, and I get let. Let. Now I want to play with some of these ending sounds, our new ones down here. So I'm going to take off this one and replace it with PT. Pt. Leapt. Leapt. I leapt up off of my chair because I saw that the postman was there and I was excited to get a new package. All right, we've got leapt. I'm going to take off this L and replace it with a K, and I get kept. And I decided that I had kept the package a secret so that I could give it as a surprise gift. Let's take off that K and replace it with a W, and we get wept. Wept. Wept means to weep, to be very sad, to cry. Now let's take off that PT and try a new ending. Welt. Welt. A welt is like a mark. Like if you get hit on the arm and you get a raised mark, that's a welt. Let's do one more. I'm going to take off this ending and replace it with this one, and I get weld. Weld. When you weld, you heat up two pieces of metal so they're super, super hot so that you can attach them together. So that's the job of a welder, is to attach pieces of metal to each other. It's a dangerous but very cool job. All right, that is our blending board for today. So I'm going to take off all these pieces. I get eld, old, and we're reset for the next time that we want to blend. Good blending. We're now entering the second part of our lesson. If you're going to do just part 1, this is where you'll pause. But if you're doing part 1 and part 2 today, then keep going with me and we'll review that new concept we talked about at the beginning of our lesson. Let's go. So today we are talking all about the letter J. J is a consonant, and J makes the sound J, J. If you want to sign the letter J, you stick your pinky up and you swoop it down, making the shape of that J in the air. J. We can hear the letter J in the beginning of the word jellyfish. J, J, jellyfish. We often see the letter J in the beginning of words, such as in the word jog, j-o-g, j-o-g, jog, or in the beginning of the word jam, j-a-m, j-a-m, jam. In both of those words, jog and jam, J is in the beginning. So the J sound is sort of like a joyful jump. It's full of energy. To make the J sound, start with the tip of your tongue close to the roof of your mouth, just behind your teeth. J. And then gently push the air out with a little bit of voice. It's the sound that you hear at the start of words like jump and jelly. All right, J, J, J. So let's try it. Place the tip of your tongue near the roof of your mouth and let your voice join in and say J, J. Just like you're starting to say the word jump. Jump. Let's say it together. J, J, J. Keep that joyful energy going as you practice that J sound. Let's practice skywriting that letter J. This is the uppercase letter J. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll start at that top line, that blue line, and we'll go down and scoop up like that. I think of it as a bit like an upside down candy cane. Then for our second line, you go back up to the top and you do a straight line across. All right, let's do it one more time. Start at the top, scoop down, swoop up, Jump back up to the top and do a straight line across. And now that we've practiced that uppercase J, let's practice the lowercase j. So to make a lowercase j, you're going to hop to the middle line. You do a straight line down and then do a little curve up again, like a smaller candy cane. And this will actually be below that bottom line. So let's do that first line. Go down, swoop up, and then hop back up to that middle line. And just above it, you're going to do a dot. All right, let's practice it. Middle line, down, swoop up, hop up, do a dot. Now, can we skywrite both of them in the air? I bet we can. All right, let's go to the top line to make our capital J, our uppercase J. Straight down, swoop up. Go hop back up to the top, do a straight line across. Now for our lowercase j, let's go to that middle line, straight down, scoop up, and dot it at the top. And now that means you know how to write your uppercase and your lowercase j. We've now reached the part of our lesson where we do our word work. So if you have a word work board that looks like that on my sign, you should pause here and get out your materials. If you're going to follow along with me and my word work board, then let's keep going together on this path. Let's go do some word work. Let's make some words with all these letters and sounds we've learned so far in our lessons. The first word that we're going to make is a name. Let's make the name Jan. J-A-N. Now, if we were writing this, we would make sure we wrote it with a capital J because it's someone's name. Now, I would like to change Jan. Oh, I hear that nasalized A. Jan to jam. Jam. I know, I'm going to take off my N and replace it with an M. Jam. Jam. Now, how would I change jam to Jim? Jim. Oh, like Big Jim from the Dogman books. I'm going to need, oop, that goes there. I'm going to need an I. So I need my I. Jim. Jim. Now I'm going to take off my M and put a G there. And I get jig. Jig, which is a kind of a dance. Now I'd like to change jig to wig. What will I do? I will take off my J and add a W in its place. And I get wig, wig. Now what happens if I take off my I and instead replace it with an A? I get wag, wag. My dog loves to wag his tail. Taking off this W and instead putting a B, what do I get? I get bag, bag. Now how would I change bag to bug, bug? Oh, I hear I'm going to need to change that middle sound. Bug, bug. Now I would like to change that beginning sound out for a J, and now I have jug, jug. How would I change jug to jog? Jog. Oh, I hear it's a new vowel sound. It's the ah. Jog. And finally, for my last change, I'm going to take off my G and add a B, and I have job. Job. I love being a teacher. It is the best job. Okay, to reset our board for the next time, we will put our letters back whence they came. O goes back to the O spot, B to the B spot, and we are all set for the next time. We're going to use our word work mats. Great job. Wonderful word work, readers. It's time now for us to head over to our irregular word practice. So let's head down this path and keep going. This is the word was, and was is our new heart word. The word is was. Say it with me, was. Now let's use was in a sentence. For example, she was at school. Now you try using this word in a sentence. Let's figure out how many sounds are in the word was. We're going to finger tap those sounds. The first sound, w. The next sound, The last sound, z. Was. Let's do it again. Z. Was. There are 3 sounds in the word was. Now let's focus on what makes this irregular. When we look at the first sound, we see the W, and it is making an expected sound. It's saying w. But then we get to the A and the S. The A is making the sound as if it were a U, but it's not a U, it's an A. So we need to learn that part by heart. And the Z, or the S, is making a Z sound, which we haven't learned about yet, but sometimes the S does that. So this is was. There are several parts of this word that we need to learn by heart. Let's practice spelling it on our arm. W-A-S, was. Can you do that? W-A-S, was. And this is the word was. The word is from. Say it with me, from. Now let's use from in a sentence. For example, she is from a small town. Now you use from in a sentence. Now let's figure out how many sounds are in the word from. We're going to finger tap those sounds. First sound, f. Next sound, r. Next sound, last sound, mm. Oh wow, there's 4 sounds in from. Let's do it again. F, r, m. From. Let's do it again. F, r, m. From. There are 4 sounds in the word from. So why is this sound, or why is this word irregular? Well, the F is making an expected sound. F. The R is making an expected sound. But that U, or not the U, the O is sounding like a U. Instead of making an ah sound, it's making an sound, as if it were a U. But it's not, it's an O. And then that M is also making an expected sound. So the part of the word from that we really need to know by heart is that the O is doing something unexpected. All right, so put that in your heart bank of words, and let's go ahead and spell it on our arm. F-R-O-M, from. Let's do it again. F-R-O-M, from. And that is the word from. So the word is look. Say it with me. Look. Let's use look in a sentence. For example, I like to look at the stars. Now you try using look in a sentence. And if you need to, pause the video. Now let's figure out how many sounds are in the word look. We're going to finger tap those sounds. What's the first sound that we hear in look? L. Next sound, last sound, k. 3 sounds. Look. Let's do it again. L, k. Look. Now let's focus on what is irregular about this word. The L and the K are making expected sounds, but those 2 O's together are making and we have not learned that rule yet. So therefore, we need to know that part by heart. This is making look, look. All right, so let's spell it on our arms now that we know about the specialness of this word. L-O-O-K, look. L-O-O-K, look. And I remember there was a little rhyme I had learned about this when I was little that's L-O-O-K, look, look, look. L-O-O-K, look, look, look. So perhaps that will help you remember it too. All right, that is the word look. The word is book. Say it with me, book. Now let's use book in a sentence. For example, I am reading a great book right now. Now you try using book in a sentence. Let's segment the word into its sounds and figure out how many sounds are in the word book. Let's finger tap. B-a-k, book. Let's do it again. B-a-k, book. I hear 3 sounds in the word book. Now let's look at what makes this word irregular. The B is doing an expected thing and the K is doing an expected thing, but those 2 O's together are making the sounds and we haven't learned about that yet. So that's why this word is irregular. So this word is book, book. Now let's spell it on our arms. B-O-O-K, book. Again, B-O-O-K, book. And that is the word book. And it rhymes with the word look. Word is are. Say it with me, are. Now let's use are in a sentence. For example, we are friends. Now you try using are in a sentence. Let's figure out together how many sounds are in the word are. We're going to finger tap those sounds. What's the first sound? Ah, and the next sound, Ah, are. Let's do it again. Ooh, we just sounded like a pirate. Ah, are. Now let's focus on the parts of this word that we need to learn by heart. When we look at this word and we hear this word, we hear are, but the letters are A, R, E. And we haven't really learned yet about the rule with an E at the end of a word. So we would expect this word to say air because the E is helping out that A, but that's not what's happening with this word. We pronounce this word are. So the unexpected part of this word is the E at the end because it's not doing the job that we expect it to do. So what word is this? Are. Now let's practice spelling it on our arm. A-R-E, are. Again, A-R-E, are. And that is the word are. Wow, readers, we are nearly at the end of our lesson today. Our last practice is our connected text, which is my favorite part of all of our lessons. Now we are going to take all the concepts we've been working on and we're going to put them together as readers and as writers. So let's go and finish up our practice together. Time for us to do some connected text reading together. So let's go ahead and look at our first sentence. And before we do anything at all, let's just count how many words we're going to be reading. We're going to be reading 1, 2, 3, 4 words. Okay, so we know we're going into this knowing we are reading 4 words. Now let's see. Do we see any of that letter that we've been talking about today? We've been talking about the letter J. Oh, I see a J right there. And I see a J right there. So there's going to be 2 letter J's in our first sentence we're reading. Now I feel ready to begin. Jeb. Jeb. Oh, that's somebody's name. I don't know anyone named Jeb, but I do know that's somebody's name. Jeb. Got. Jeb. Got. Oh, this is one of our irregular words. The job. Oh, and it's an exclamation point, so we should read it with excitement. Jeb got the job. Oh, that's exciting. I hope that was a job that Jeb was wanting. Let's do our next sentence together. I'm going to be marking it with my green chalk marker. Let's count how many words we've got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. That is more than we read before, but we can do it. And how many words have the letter J? Nope. Oh, yep, J. There's a J. And there's a J right there. So 2 words with J's again. Let's begin. Id. Did John. Did John get. Did John get me red? Did John get me red jam? Question mark. Did John get me red jam? I'm wondering. This is a question. All right, so we have read that sentence, and that brings us to our third and last sentence for us to read right now. Let's count our words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words in this sentence. And I see no J there. No. Yes, there's a J there. So again, 2 words with J's in them. All right, let's read. And I see right away we have one of our most common irregular words. This was the first irregular word we ever learned. Okay, the jet was, oh, that's another irregular word. The jet was the jet was just a bit fast. The jet was just a bit fast. I wonder, maybe this was a very small jet, because when I think of jets, I think of them as being very fast. All right, excellent reading. I'm going to go over them one more time, and then we'll go on to some writing. Jeb got the job. Did John get me red jam? The jet was just a bit fast. Wonderful work today. Let's go write. It is time now for us to do some writing, and we're going to focus on everything we've learned to that point, and especially that letter J that makes the J sound. Okay, our first sentence is a 4-word sentence, and so we will give ourselves 4 marks to write on, so we remember it's 4 words. The sentence is, Jan and I jog. Jan and I jog. So I like to give myself some little marks so that I know that I'm going to be doing those 4 words so I don't forget. If I need to move my marks, that's the beauty of an eraser. I can just move them. So the sentence is, Jan and I jog. All right, let's start out. I know that Jan is going to be a capital. Oop, that was a little wobbly. That's okay. Jan, and I, jog. And I need a period because it is a sentence. Jan and I jog. Beautiful. Next sentence, new color. Let's go with some purple. Okay, next sentence is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 words. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. I was a bit mad. I was a bit mad. Okay, let's put some marks so that we can remember it is 5 words. I was a bit mad. All right, now if I need more room, I can always scoot things around. I was a bit mad. Was. Oh, I know. This is one of our irregular words. That's why it's so familiar. I'm glad I know that by heart because it definitely doesn't look the way it sounds. I was a bit mad. Bit mad. I was a bit mad. Okay, I'm not a bit mad, but that is the sentence. All right, we have one more, and this is a 3-word sentence. Did Jan jump? So it's a question. Did Jan jump? Question. So it's 1, 2, 3 words. Did Jan jump? Question. Let's write it, and this time, let's see. Oh, you know what? I have this orange. Oops. Sorry. I'm going to write with my orange. Here we go. Did, D, I, D, did, Jan, did, Jan, remember I capitalized because it's her name, oh, I hear that M, jump. Now it's a question, so it needs a question mark. Did Jan jump? Question. All right, let's go ahead and read everything we've written so far, and then we will be done with our connected text and our lesson for the day. Jan and I jog. I was a bit mad. Did Jan jump? It almost sounds like the beginning of a story, doesn't it? All right, beautiful writing today. I am very proud of you, and I will see you for more connected text tomorrow. Congratulations! We made it to the end of today's lesson. You are working so hard as a reader and as a writer, and I am so proud of you. But more importantly, I hope that you are proud of you. You are doing such a wonderful job in the Reader's Garden. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Phonics Connect.